Peace and love, family. Peace and love. Peace, peace, peace. Planet Wiz Season 2, Episode 22. Dante, what's up, God? Peace, King. Peace. Welcome, man. Welcome. Jamaicanpreneur. Peace, peace. Welcome. Kyle. What's up, God? Peace, God. Peace. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Kyle said, let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Dante, peace, God. Welcome, bro. Peace, King. Let's get it. Peace, peace, King. Peace. What's up, man? Welcome to Planet Wiz, bro. We got a newbie tonight. The real Barbie and Ken. Peace, peace. Welcome, welcome. You say what I'm doing over here? Okay, so first off, I'm going to tell you, go check out my YouTube, Planet Wiz. That way, I got over 40-something videos on there. That'll give you a broader scope of what we're really doing. But to give you a quick version is basically what this channel is for is to help our community heal, help our community spread love, share love, understand how to love, help our community know thyself. You feel me? Know thyself, because it's an inside job. Everything is an inside job. We talk about spiritual guidance. You know what I mean? We help with chakras, talk about chakras, talk about nation building, all that stuff. So all the above, bro. But you should definitely tap in, man. This is episode 2. This is actually season 2, episode 22 tonight. So you got some catching up to do, bro. But I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you being here, no doubt. Absolutely. Third Eye and True, peace, God. Welcome, King. Ben 6995, peace, welcome. So let me tell you, so for those that are new, what we do is we basically wait 10 minutes before we welcome our guest speaker on. So we give the family a chance to get here. Thank you, baby. We give our family a chance to get here. We give them about 10 minutes, give everybody a chance to get here. So, I already know. Tay. I already know. Peace, Rastafari. Peace, Rastafari monk. Peace, Queen. Mooney Low Key, peace, welcome. So wifey just bought me a sea moss drink. Got to get that good sea moss in you, baby. 92 of the 102 minerals that are out there that are in your body. You get 192 of them right here in the sea moss. What's up, baby? Peace, welcome. Thank you for the drink, for the beverage. Mom, welcome. Peace, Queen. Peace, Goddess. Yeah, sea moss. 92 minerals out of the 102 that the body actually needs. So make sure you tap in. Toledo, what's up, God? Peace, welcome. I was just talking to him about sea moss. So what time we got? Let's see. It's only 9:03, so we got about 7 minutes before we get started. So do me a favor, y'all. Y'all type in what city y'all chiming in from today. Type in the comments what city you tapping in from today. Peace, God. Peace. Hey. Pop up 5-6. Peace, Goddess. Peace. Welcome. Yeah, type in what city you typing in from. Y'all chiming in from tonight. Where y'all tapping in from? The Natty, okay. We got the Natty tapping in. Cash, peace, Queen, welcome. Ace 007, peace, Queen, welcome. Hey, type in the city y'all tapping in from tonight. NC, peace, yay. The big 513. Cash, what up, though? Columbus, South Carolina. DMV, okay. Keep them coming. Naturally Dope, 1979. Peace, Queen. Welcome. Peace, Queen. We typing in what city we chiming in from. Where y'all tapping in from? Get back to the CMOS real quick. All right, so we got South Carolina tapping in. We got North Carolina tapping in. We got Cincinnati tapping in. We got Ontario, California in this piece. You feel me? We got Detroit, Michigan. We got them Wolverines in the house. Ontario, what up, though? Hey, what's the weather out there in Cali right now? We got DC. Hey, DC. Okay. What's the weather out there in Cali? What is it looking like? Hey, so our special guest tonight is in San Diego, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that before the show. So she's on the West Coast as well. That's actually where we met when I used to live in San Diego. Mad Givens, peace, goddess. Peace, peace. Welcome, queen. Welcome. Peace, goddess. So we got Detroit in there. It's 104 out there? Ooh-wee. Okay, then, Cash. No wonder you out there running all the time. Okay, then. Right, 104 is crazy. So we got DC, we got Cincinnati, we got Ontario, California, we got DMV, we got South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Cincinnati. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I bet it is hot. All right, so it's 9:06. We got 4 minutes before we bring the goddess on, before we bring our guest speaker for the night. But while we're waiting, feel free to, in the comments, type in where you tapping in from tonight, and then type in something. Tell me something good, something positive that's going on in your life. Oh yeah, peep this though. Y'all see that? Say the wizard. The goddess got me this. My wifey got me this the other day. It says wizard. You feel me? So I'm gonna add some things to that. Go with my unks. Go with the unks, the light and the dark. You see, I got the unks to represent the light and the dark on the part. And then in the copper, peace, Jazz. Welcome, queen. And then with the copper, with wizard. So I will add probably some crystals or something to that. Or underneath. I get God's wrist to put his boy on. Have God wrist throw his little twist to it. You feel me? We're going to do something with it. We're going to freak it out one time. Lawanda, peace, goddess. Welcome, queen. Core driven, peace, welcome. All right, we got 9:07. So we got about 3 minutes. We'll go ahead and get started. But yeah, keep telling me where y'all tapping in from. Okay, so I saw North Carolina, I saw South Carolina, I saw Cincinnati, I saw Ontario, California, I saw DMV, I saw DC. I see now we got Alabama in the house. Yeah. Alabama. Peace, welcome, queen. Hey, we got a treat for y'all tonight, though. We got a good one. We got a good one lined up. New York, the city of dreams. Okay, Rastafari. And she gonna be in the Natty in a few weeks. And we gonna chop it up. 9:08, 2 minutes. We'll get started. Hey, do me a favor. Y'all may as well go ahead and share this live with your friends. Matter of fact, share this to your friends in their DMs. Share it to them on their page. Whatever you got to do, get them here. We got some vital information, some pertinent information tonight that, you know, it can shine some light on some things that's going on. Put some connect those dots, help you out on your spiritual journey. Let me see something real quick. I'm coming right back. Jazz the Medium, peace, goddess. Welcome. All right, so that's another Cincinnati. All right, we got 9:09. We're going to go ahead and get started. Give me 1 second. All right, guys. So peace and blessings to everybody. I appreciate all you guys sharing your amazing energy here with us tonight on Planet Wiz. This is actually season 2, episode 22. So we're moving right along and we're getting close to getting ready to tap into YouTube full time. So I appreciate all you guys' amazing energy on a consistent basis. For those that are new here at Planet Wiz, We do this show here 3 times a week. So we do it every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do it every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we also do it every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I always want to make sure I let all the new people that are here for their first time know that. You guys are in for a treat tonight. This young lady, I've been knowing her for some years here now. We actually met in San Diego, California when I used to live on the West Coast. So we actually used to be in the business and do some business together. Very good friend of mine. Just hard to go, loves to help people, all of the whole 9 yards. But I respect her a whole lot, and she is absolutely amazing and very intelligent as well too. So without further ado, I don't want to steal any thunder, any of her story. I want her to be able to share all that stuff with you guys. So give me 1 second as I bring Miss Jasmine Steele on. All right, Jazz, so you should be here in about 2 seconds. Lenard, peace, King. Welcome. Peace. How are you?
I'm doing great. Can you hear me okay with these AirPods in?
I can hear you very well.
Yay!
I'm over here sipping on my
Awesome.
sea moss drink that my queen just made me.
Ooh, bread. Did you say me some?
Hey, I was trying to tell him, hey, 92 minerals out of the 102 you need in your body right here.
I love it. A lot of people are selling it now, and I want to be cautious, of who I purchase it from, because I want to
For
make sure
sure.
I'm putting the right stuff in my body. So maybe you can hook me up on where you got yours.
Oh yeah, I can definitely put you up on game, and I can promise you, there's some people here on this live that can share some people that we can make sure you're getting the good stuff from. There's
Nice.
my wife just said we'll send you a jar.
I love you. Thank you.
It is nothing but love. I will tell you this real quick. Your screen is just a little blurry. I'm not sure if you know that.
I'm not sure what that could be.
We can see
Oop,
you. It was
oop,
just a
oop.
little blurry. Oh,
It might have been it could be my internet connection. Not.
it's still a little blurry. We can see you though, and we can definitely hear you.
Okay. All right. Hopefully it's maybe just like that for you, not
I
everybody else.
hope so. I hope so. We'll
Am I
ask the people
blurry,
that
everybody? Tell me if I'm blurry to you guys.
is their screen a little blurry. Maybe it's because it's a little darker. I don't know. I just have a light on me. I'm just shining.
I see you shining. Hold on. Let me see.
Hey, I'm out here like the Anunnaki. I'm a light being, baby. I'm shining. Like Pharrell said, because I got a beautiful aura.
Hey.
Yeah, they said you are a little blurry, but that's better. That's better now that you added the light. See, they're saying a little blurry, but now that you added the light, I can see
Just a
you.
little bit. It has gotten clearer.
Nice.
Okay.
We good to go now.
Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and get rolling. The first thing, and I want you to share your story. I'm not going to steal any of your
Okay.
thunder off that, but I did want to at least start off with this because I feel like it'll be a good segue into whatever you want to share tonight, and I think it'll help some of the family that's here with us. Shine
Yes.
some light on some of them and help them connect dots with their spiritual journey. So, with that being said, what made you embark on your spiritual journey?
A toxic relationship.
Hmm.
Making a decision to actually leave the toxic relationship. And it was toxic both ways, because um I was thinking about this the other day, how I know I wasn't taught communication skills in the home. Like
Mm.
it wasn't like mom or dad sat down and like showed you how to properly or communicate in a healthy way.
Nope.
In fact, I was raised by a single mom. So the big communication that I missed was the dynamic between the male and the female. So I
Mm.
didn't get to see what that looked like, number one. And I didn't get to see it done properly or in a healthy way. So,
Mm.
we get in relationships because we're, going off of hormones and making decisions out of our childhood trauma that we're completely unaware of, attracting these toxic, dysfunctional people. And it's not until you start to really come into your own as an adult, if you didn't have that healthy foundation, healthy emotional foundation, healthy spiritual foundation, like when you come from a broken home, it's safe to say that your foundation is broken as well. So your decisions are being made out of a cracked foundation. And so I found myself in a toxic relationship, having been cheated on several times. I even experienced an outside child being born, in that marriage. And so it was that really made me be like, you know what? Can I cuss on here?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This shit is for the birds.
This show is raw and uncut. And if that shit was for the birds, that shit was for the birds.
So I was just, it came, that was really the catalyst in me deciding that I was worth more. And it took a lot. I had a high tolerance for pain. A lot of women do. A lot of Black women do. We can hold it down and have high blood pressure at the same damn time and still be holding it down, thinking we doing the right thing. And I just knew that my purpose was being suffocated. I knew that I was not tapping into my greater self. I knew it was more to me. And I had decided that leaving was, whatever risk that came with leaving that relationship, that risk was worth it to me, even though I didn't know what the hell was on the other side.
Man, that's powerful. That right, hey, woo-wee. Like, if you could bottle that up
and sell it
and just say, here, take that, man. But no, seriously, like that's amazing. And I'm so glad that you decided to love yourself first. And like you said, with especially being a melanated woman, to me personally, from my perspective and just from my view, I feel like melanated women are the most disrespected people on this planet. That's just in my opinion. So with that, it's already a huge burden. So for you to be able to tap in and figure and realize you got to love yourself before you can love anybody else is powerful.
Amen.
And it's amazing. So kudos to you for that real talk. Real talk.
We hear that it's one of those cliches, like you can't love somebody else until you learn how to love yourself. And it really is true. It's really not a cliche. And, if somebody, the way somebody treats other people is a reflection of them.
Absolutely.
So if I treat other people bad, it's probably 100% certain that I treat myself bad. So it's just really a reflection of the person. You know what I mean? So, I was ready, as your word, tap in. I was really ready to tap in. And I was like, you know what? I don't care. I don't have any money. I have 3 kids. One of them, I was literally still breastfeeding. And God, he made a way. I really find that when you make a decision, you probably heard this before, Leon, in our past business. When you make a decision, when you decide, CIDE means something has to die, like homicide, suicide, genocide. Something has to die when you decide to do something different. And so for me, what had to die was my old self, my old thinking patterns, my negative thinking patterns, my low self-esteem, my insecurity, like all that shit had to die in order for me to step into what God really created me to be, who God created me to be. And I believe every last one of us has a purpose. Everybody on this live right now has a purpose in life, but it's our choice to tap into it or not. You know what I mean? And when you tap into it, that's when you really start to get the fullness out of life. That's when you don't regret anything. I don't have anything to regret because I'm tapping in every day. If I wasn't tapping in, then I could be kind of just, sitting back saying woulda, shoulda, coulda. But if you're going in every day in your self-discovery journey, there's no regrets. You're not going to lose anything. It's everything to gain. Absolutely. That's how I looked at it.
Right. No doubt. Well, that's good. The funny thing is, obviously we go way back. So I know I know 2 of your kids.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't get a chance to meet baby and Tiara. Is that your oldest daughter? Oh my goodness. That is crazy that isn't she in college?
She's 21. Now? She's a senior in college. She's 21. I think she was probably 6 years old when we all met each other. Yeah. She was around 6. Right. And now she's the grown ass woman.
Real talk. I know you were just out of the country and I saw you guys on pictures and I'm like, man, this is crazy. She made me feel so old.
I know. And she made me feel so proud too. You
Yeah.
know, like having her at 18 years old, I didn't really know what I was doing. My heart was in the right place, but I just didn't have all the skills to be raising a kid. And so again, it's that grace of God. He just comes through and fills in those gaps that we can't, you know, those unforeseeable things that we as parents face. I just thank God when I look at her. She makes me proud. She definitely makes me proud. So yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely. She's
three
definitely
queens, three queens
great.
I got on my hands.
Three of them, and they're all beautiful too. So talk
Thank
to us a
you.
little bit about. Absolutely, you're welcome. Talk to us a little bit about your podcast because I definitely want the family to know how they can stay in contact with you and support you because that's what we're all about here.
Yes.
The show is all about unity and it's all about us supporting each other and doing business with each other and all that stuff,
Mhm.
whole 9 yards.
Mhm.
Because that's how we used to do with our ancestors. We used to barter,
Absolutely.
spend money, keep everything together. Everybody else does
Mhm.
it, so it's time for us to continue to do what we're supposed to do anyway.
Exactly. Well, my Rise Up with Jazz podcast was birthed out of the book that I wrote. I actually had it sitting next to me so I can show you guys. It's on Amazon. Love Incorruptible. This book basically answered the first question you asked me when you're like, you know, what was it that caused you to embark on your self-discovery healing journey? All of it's in my first book. And it's loosely based on the main character is loosely based on me, and everything that I've endured. We talk about childhood trauma. What does childhood trauma look like? Um, if one of your parents left the home, that's a traumatic event to a child. Emotional abuse, physical abuse, any kind of um, negative experience can traumatically impact the development of a child, especially emotionally. And so I talked about how those effects of a father not being in the home, what that had on me as a young girl, and how it sent me on this path to seek um, assurance from men, how it led me to have sexual intercourse at a very young age because I'm looking for that male validation. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of women struggle with that in their adult years, not knowing that it's really just daddy issues.
Right.
You know what I mean? And men, they could have daddy issues, mommy issues. So we have these issues that have been created in our childhood, and we carry it with us throughout our life, and we're making decisions out of a broken root or a broken foundation. And so my book was really my initial step into my healing. And what I found with the book was I truly believe it was inspired by my spirit, the God that is within me. And I just listened to what I felt. And I knew that my story would inspire initially women to want to look deeper at where they were at in life. If you were in a bad relationship, why? Why are you dealing with that? And what I found is it was rooted in unworthiness. I
Mm.
didn't feel good enough for a healthy, loving relationship. Why? Because all of my experiences when it came to men was negative. So why would I think anything otherwise?
Right.
And so again, the book was kind of that first step into my healing. And then I kind of took a hiatus and traveled. I got to go to Thailand. You know, Allison lived in Thailand at one point in time.
Yeah.
She invited me. I was like, you know what?
Why
What do I
not?
have to lose?
Yeah.
And not to mention the ticket was $430 round trip. I'm like, I could do that.
Man, you must
So
you must have got that during the pandemic time.
no, this was almost 2 years ago.
Oh
So
wow.
it was before the pandemic. I caught that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and so just exploring the world, exploring myself, asking myself the tough questions, looking in my own mirror. Stop
Mm-hmm.
judging other people. Stop comparing. Stop blaming your parents. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, what do I want? And if I don't have what I want, whether that's love, joy, peace, whatever it is, then find a way to get to it. And all of your answers are inside of you. You just have to be willing to spend that time with yourself. And I find that many of us are afraid to do that. And
Mm-hmm.
so after writing the book and digging deeper, doing some more of that soul searching, that spiritual journey we were talking about on the phone, this podcast came up. And I had spent probably a year just recording talks on my cell phone. I would be in the car driving to work. Something would come up on my heart, and I'd just be like, let me just record this because I know I'm gonna need this one day. Let me record this because I'm sure I'm gonna need this one day. And one of my friends suggested to me that I start recording my talks on a podcast. She was like, how about you just start recording your stuff on a podcast? You don't have to release it right away, release it when you're ready, but at least you can already have it on a platform where you can make it public. So my whole season 1 was recorded. Most of it was recorded before I even released it. I was just storing the talks on there. And to be honest with you, the podcast has been, I think, more healing for me than anybody else. It's been a part of my therapy for real. So a lot of people I've gotten a lot of positive reviews. The first season, the sound and stuff isn't that great, but I wasn't really tripping off the quality right away because I knew the content was what it was really all about. Like what I had to say was more important than the fact that I didn't have a whole podcast set up. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so it's growing. It's been growing, and each episode I feel is getting better.
Nice.
I'm very proud.
As you should be, because it takes a lot to sometimes jump out there and say, hey, I'm going live with this podcast. You know, I can relate because we're doing basically the same type of thing, and sometimes life happens like it did to me. It happened when I first started manifesting this thing a little over a year ago. Life happened, and then when the pandemic hit, like I referred to earlier, I was able to be still. You know, like we had a conversation. I told you sometimes you got to slow down to speed up. Just like we learned that in our previous business as well, and that's so true as well.
It's so true.
It's so true. So, and during this pandemic, I was able to birth and really tap into this Planet Wiz, and I'm so excited about what's going on. Just the response that I'm getting from people, and just
I'm excited for you too.
Yeah, the community and the tribe that we're building, and we're starting, like you said, we're starting to do business amongst each other. We're referring each other to people. We're saying, hey, we know someone that does this. Hey, we know someone that does this. Go see them. So it's a beautiful thing, and I'm excited about your podcast. Is there a way you can type in the comment what it is? That way I can pin it and people can see the information.
You want me to type it now?
No, you don't have to type it now, but I'm just at some point. What I would encourage you to do is for like maybe at the end when we're getting ready to be done, if it's whether we end up doing a second part or not, type it in before we're done. That way I can pin it, and then as we're going off, they can still write it down and all that good stuff.
Absolutely, and the link is in the bio of my Instagram page too.
Okay, perfect. And so I'll have our Instagram obviously tagged in the title of the of this episode, so they'll be able to reach you from that as well too.
Nice.
All right, cool. So next, we can transition into. So we talked about your podcast. We talked a little bit about your book. So what are you working on now? Like what are you putting your energy towards now?
I love it. I'm wrapping up season 2. So I dedicated my audience is primarily women. So other women that have come out of traumatic relationships or dealt with emotional abuse is what I specifically experienced. I get to really dive into like what that looks like in my talks, and then how I've recovered and how I continue to recover from that. And so a part of my next level growth has been season 2. I've been able, I don't know if you noticed, but I dedicated my entire Instagram the month of September to honoring Black men.
I saw
and my podcast, I interviewed all Black men because number one, our Black men, like you say about us, are underappreciated, mistreated, looked at as if they're thugs or violent or absent fathers. Not all of us have that same experience. And the media has done a damn good job programming us to look a certain way, which is why we get treated the way we get treated in the real world, is because everybody's sitting in front of their TV and their magazines and their radios being programmed.
Television.
Exactly. And it's telling their vision, not ours.
Right.
And so, and we've come so accustomed to being told what to do. We've been so accustomed to just taking somebody else's information and then making it our own, again, instead of doing that discovery of self to really find out who you are. What do you want? You know, where did you come from? That's where your confidence really comes from. And that's where your purpose comes from as well, is taking that time to really tap into yourself. And so season 2 was my next level growth because, as I alluded to before, my experiences with men have been negative for the most part. Even just the ending of a relationships have been negative. I didn't even know it was a such thing as a positive goodbye.
Right. Isn't that crazy?
Like, usually breakups are all just crazy and somebody did you wrong and then you just done. But there's actually a such thing as a healthy goodbye as well. So as I'm continuing to get healthy within and healthy with myself through therapy, and then just also monitoring my intake of information, monitoring the type of people I spend time with, it's truly changed me. It's allowed me to really get to the purest form of myself. And so with season 2, I was challenged to interview men because, you know, in my previous life, to me, men always equated to sex. I always felt like if I wasn't having sex, then I wasn't going to get the love that I was really seeking. I kind of attached sex and love together. I thought that had to go together
And
because I hadn't.
That's program too.
That's program too. And that had been my experience. And honestly, it's what I was attracting because it's what I thought. That's what I thought. That, you know, every relationship with a male had to turn into a relationship, had to be sexual. So
Yep, we're good. We're good.
I meant to put my
We lost you again.
back.
Yep, we're good.
Okay, so season 2 was just really the next level of growth in terms of interviewing the men and allowing them to share their side of the story, just really hearing their perspective, because I think women are always given the platform to speak. You know, we can be in the beauty shop, girl, this is what happened to us, but men aren't necessarily, you guys got the barbershop talk amongst each other, but I just feel like the platform and the forum for men to express themselves emotionally hasn't been supported. Because if a man starts talking about emotions, now he's looked at as feminine, he's not as masculine, he's weak, he's a punk, that kind of stuff. And that's all bullshit.
And it's even worse in our community.
It's even worse. It's even worse in our community.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to give that safe place for men. I felt that they deserve that. And not only was it next level healing for me, but I believe it was also next level healing for the men as well. And my audience being predominantly women, it gave them an opportunity to hear from men, because maybe they don't get to hear these types of stories from men.
Right.
Maybe they don't have men in their family like that. So it kind of gave my audience an opportunity to grow as well. So I'm wrapping up season 2. I'm going to go on a hiatus as I work on my life coaching certification, because that's something that has been on my heart for a few years that I kind of just kept putting to the side, doing other things. And so again, like you said, with the pandemic, we've all been given this opportunity to sit still. And that's something that I want to make sure I focus on, so I can connect with my audience on a one-on-one basis through coaching and in group settings as well. So that's what I got going on.
Awesome. So you got a lot going on. So you say you're gonna
do.
And that's a beautiful thing. You know, a lot of people are I feel bad for the individuals that didn't take advantage of that stillness, because it was definitely time for you to restart, or like you said earlier, make a decision and decide and let your other self die, literally die, and birth out of there a new person. And it's a
choice. No, I was just gonna say it was a choice on what perspective you wanted to take. You know, with the whole coronavirus thing, we could have stayed in a state of fear, and kept our TVs on and stayed in a state of panic, you know. And I think at the beginning it was scary because nobody knew what was really going on. You don't know what information to believe. You see people dying. So it was scary. And now that we're, 6-7 months into this thing, I'm even noticing people are more like, okay, how can I resume my normal life? Like, you know what I mean? So it's a choice. It's all about a perspective, and a change of perspective can change your life for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I got a question for you. So, as a single mom, like out there, as a single mom, when you were first coming up, and when you decided to make that decision of it was time for you to heal, what recommendation would you give for someone that's a single mom that has kids and they're looking to embark on their journey as far as spiritual journey?
Ask for help.
Mm,
I think when you find yourself in a situation that you don't deserve, it's clear to say that you probably made some poor choices,
mm,
maybe unknowingly made some poor choices that landed you in your situation. And so asking for help can be the first step to get out of your situation. And what I find is you got to humble yourself. You know what I mean? Like pride, there's no room for pride in healing. There's no room for your ego in healing,
facts.
because you have to embrace the not so pretty parts of yourself. You have to accept them as well. And you got to be cool with them, because ain't none of us perfect.
Mm-mm.
So if you can accept the parts of you that are not so pretty, the sooner you can begin to heal. You know what I mean? Because
Mm,
otherwise you're just in denial. You
right.
still trying to put up this front that you got a certain life, and maybe you just fronting to yourself. So I would say getting some help. I know I personally went straight into therapy. I was like, Lord, I prayed, Lord, just please lead me to the therapist that can speak to my spirit, speak to my situation, help, facilitate my healing as I embark upon this new chapter in my life. And who showed up in my life? The perfect therapist. So open your heart, ask for help, and be humble. I mean, I believe that, God can get to you quicker in your humility than when you are letting your ego lead you. And I was in intensive therapies for 2 years straight. And then, just like any good therapist, at some point in time, they're going to say, hey, little butterfly, time for you to fly now. Like, you also don't want therapy to become a crutch for you. And so you got to now, you've been coached, and now you got to kind of take all these new skills and get back out there, kind of thing. And what I found too with the healing journey is you may need to check back into therapy again, but it's going
Mm,
to be another level of healing. It's going to be another intention. You know what I mean? As you continue to peel back those layers of your onion, you're going to need different things as you go along the way. And so ask for help is the first thing I would say, from a trusted source, of course.
no doubt. No doubt. That's real. So,
Mm-hmm.
in
And I'm
transition,
pretty sure you got a lot of people right here in this group. Hold on. I'm pretty sure you got a lot of people right here in this group that can help folks. Like if they inboxed you saying, hey, I'm looking for a therapist, you probably got some therapists in this group right here.
oh,
Planet
yeah.
Wiz family.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There.
And that's
I'm a
what it's
little
about.
higher now.
That's what it's about for we want to have everything on deck as far as everything to where we can always recommend and point somebody in the right direction. And
Yep.
no matter what it is. Oh, you want to learn how to grow, you want to learn how to grow your own crops and on your own land. Oh yeah, go speak to them. All
Mm-hmm.
of that. And we have that. And so we actually have a young lady on the line now that I'm gonna be connecting with that's going which they building some amazing things down there in Alabama. So I'm trying to get
Nice.
that blueprint. You feel me? I want to get the
See, you
blueprint.
done opened me up to a whole new Planet Wiz. I'm excited to get
Hey, that's how,
connected to your community as well.
and that's the beautiful thing. You got to look at it like that because we all are our own universes, and that's why I chose to make the show Planet Wiz because you got your own universe, I got my own
Mm-hmm.
universe. Everybody on this live right now, they're their own universe, and when we all connect and have that love and that power and that intentions and that same energy on alignment and strength,
Exponential.
it's strength in numbers. Like it's we could do anything because we're so powerful, and I'm so
So true.
excited about. I'm just so excited about what's going on and how everything is coming together. It's a beautiful thing. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for it. Really,
Yay, me too.
I'm grateful. So, as far as your podcast and
Yeah.
you get next time you do an interview, guys, if you don't have me on there, we're gonna.
You know what? And I thought about you at the end when you reached out to me to do this. I
Mhm.
was like, you know what? But everything works out the way it's supposed to work out. Yeah, I'm gonna get you. Don't you worry.
You got to get me on the show. I want to represent. I want to holler at some of the people out there. So, is your
Absolutely.
on your podcast, is it as of right now more just on the West Coast, or is it pretty much universe all over the
It's
country?
all over. It's on every platform. So if you got an Apple, if you got an iPhone, you can just use the app that's right there already on your iPhone. It's on Spotify, iTunes, Anchor app, any podcast platform. You can catch up on season 1. and season 2 right now. And it's funny because I'm your 22nd episode, right? And there are 22 viewers right now. And
I saw that.
I think I'm on season 2, episode 22 as well. 222.
Hey, I got to look that up tonight. Even though I see 222 a lot, but what I realize, and from my perspective, sometimes when you see, obviously you see those numbers a lot, but
Yeah.
what I've learned is when you see that number, still go look it up. But when you kind of figure out what you're doing at that time and not see exactly what's in there that may apply to you at that current time and what's going on. So I've learned that. So I'm definitely going to check that out when we get off. And that's funny. You know what's even funnier? So one of my good friends and who's working with us here with Planet Wiz as well in building, she's a medium. And her name is Jazz the Medium. She's on here. Her name is Jazz. That's fine.
I saw her.
Yeah, she's on here. And her episode, because she's been on the show twice now, because she just did Sunday. But early on, I think it was 2. She did episode 2. And when we got to part 2, I looked at it and I said, this is season 2, episode 2, part 2. It was part 2. And that's funny that now I'm doing with you is 222 again, and it's 222 on my end. Hey, Jazz, me, we got to talk about that.
Yeah, put it in the comments what that means right now, because I know you know.
We got to talk about it. She actually did a reading for me as well, too, a couple of them. So,
oh, wow.
That's why I told her we got to, she's helped me connect a lot of dots.
That's dope.
She's helped me collect a lot of dots on my journey. Real talk.
We talked about that when I read that one, that meme from Haile Selassie, the emperor of Ethiopia, when we were on the phone, and I read that meme about spirituality, and he basically was saying how, you know, religion is kind of a tool to help navigate us to our personal spirituality, but it's a tool that is used for us to tap into ourselves. Absolutely. And mankind and human has corrupted those tools. And so, you know, I interviewed a pastor on my podcast this season 2, and he talked about how he found God outside of the church. So when we can be fearless in our pursuit to discover who we really were created to be, that's when we really can find ourselves. Because I was raised Christian, and what I found in Christianity in my experience, that it's very fear driven. If you don't do this, then this bad thing is going to happen. If you don't do this, then God's going to be mad at you. So it's a lot of fear, kind of like that ruler hitting you on the hand every time you do something wrong to keep you in check. But why do we have to use fear to keep ourselves in check? If God is a God of love, then why would God use fear to keep me right? Right. These are the kind of questions that we have to be unafraid to ask ourselves, especially when we've been raised, again, with a certain spiritual belief. You know, you can't help what household you were born in, but at some point in time, you have to decide, is this for me or not for me? And again, be fearless in the pursuit to discover who you truly were created to be, not because mommy and daddy told me I need to believe this, but because I was brave enough to discover what I wanted to believe myself.
Absolutely. Man, that's so powerful. I would say that again, but hey, we got this on tape. That was
I ain't gonna be able to say it the same way anyway.
I know, right? Hey, the spirit leads you and just like, hey, they lead you and you try to come back behind it. Like, oh, so Jasmine said, sorry, phone died. The number two to me can stand for partnership and coming together.
Which is exactly what we're doing. And what you're doing with this platform here is bringing people together.
I want to show you something. I'm trying to show you something real, because it's kind of related to what we're talking about. If I can find it. Where is it at? It's hilarious. You know what? I put it in my story and it's not in there anymore. Never mind. It was hilarious.
Had to be there.
It was one of those. If I could show it, it'd make it a lot funnier, but maybe next time, or I'll send it to you if I can find it. Okay. But anyway, so yeah, I'm excited about what you got going on out there. Are you going to be able to do a part 2 with us? We still got about 15. We still got a good 15 minutes though. So I didn't know.
Now, if you want.
You want to do a little Q&A now or something?
Yeah.
Okay. So family, we are here. If we decided that we were going to do towards the end of the episode if we wanted to do a Q&A. So if there's some people on here that has some questions for the goddess, Miss Jasmine Steele, feel free to ask. What I would ask you to do is just like like we've been doing lately, if you can put it in the Q&A portion, that way it helps it flow a lot smoother. So I'd appreciate you guys if you could do that. So feel free to do that. While they're doing that, we'll just continue having a conversation until somebody asks the question.
Okay.
But I do have another question for you out there on the West Coast. What's the weather out there right now in San Diego?
Hot is hot. And let me tell you something, okay? Yesterday, I went to go pick up my children, and I was playing with my thermostat. I hit something. I messed up the programming, and I came back home. It was 99 degrees in my house. 99 degrees. It was so hot. And that was yesterday. And I have not figured out how to fix it back. And so it's probably 88 degrees right now inside. I'm burning up. So it's warm right now.
I miss San Diego.
We've been having heat waves and stuff.
So speaking of that, I made a post the other day on social media referring to it being 80 plus degrees. And especially here in Ohio, you know, it's getting close to getting wintertime here. Right. So I made a post saying that it was mid 80s and it's almost October in a couple of days. And that just shows you how the earth is actually warming back up. Yeah. And a lot of people this, once again, is from my perspective and from my research and study. And a lot of people say that the world is doing that because of global warming due to the cars and stuff like that. But what it really is the earth is shifting back to how warm it was prior to the ice age. So with it doing that and getting back to how the earth used to be, like I said, prior to the earth age, and basically I'm saying people better get ready. That's all I'm saying. People need
they need to get ready for? Tell me.
People need to get ready. They need to get healthy because the earth and the sun is getting bigger, and when it's going to start shooting out radiations and things like that, to where if you aren't elevated or evolved to it or conscious level at a certain level, and you can't take it, and you don't have enough melanin in your body, you're gonna be in trouble. I'm gonna just leave it at that. I don't want to die.
So get healthy.
We gotta get healthy. The time is now.
Inside and out.
Inside and out. Absolutely.
Mind, body, and spirit.
I think we got a question coming in.
Okay. Hold on. It's getting a little dark where I'm at.
This is actually Jazz the Medium asking you a question.
Hi, Jazz.
She says, does helping other women heal assist you to heal things within yourself?
Yes, 100%. 100%. If you take a listen to my podcast, season 1, some of the very first few episodes are very intimate and very personal. Things that I very well could have just kept to myself. Like, okay, you telling a lot. But I know that there's healing in our transparency. And when I can authentically speak from a place of truth, that truth can be very piercing to the person that's listening. And they can truly have their own healing experience through hearing the truth from somebody else. And so I think the kind of work that I do definitely is beyond me. I can heal in private and go live a happy life and not do the work of sharing with others. But that would be a waste of my life. If I did all of this work on myself and lived this very intentional life and it only benefit me, would be a waste to me. And so, yes, Jazz, sharing with other women has truly been one of the biggest portions of my healing. And now that I'm in a healthy relationship, I'm super grateful. And that has catapulted my healing to another level. Because being in a relationship where it's just pure love, again, healing can nurture itself. It can manifest. It's like I had all these seeds already in me. And now being with this person is watering those seeds because the love is just effortless. You know what I mean? I don't have to pay for it. I don't owe him nothing for it. he just gives it freely, just like I do. And so it's this exchange that's caused
Yeah.
both of us to heal areas that we didn't even know needed healing. And so now I find my healing dealing, now it's with men, kind of restoring what I didn't get as a young woman, as a girl, that initial love and that all girls deserve from their dad. You know what I mean? That validation, just that security, that protection that men are created to give naturally. We have to be honest about the fact that the feminine energy also needs the masculine energy. We need each other. I can't step into your shoes and be a man.
Right.
I don't want to be a man. I don't want to do your job. Like, I feel like you have a job to do as a male. I have a job. I have natural things that we're created to do. It's when we come together and we complement each other that exponential increase takes place.
That's
but
when
I'm
magic
trying to wear
starts.
that's when the magic happens. I can't put on your shoes and you can't put on my high heels. Let me wear my high heels. You put on your shoes, your whatever. And then together we complement each other. And so now I'm learning that, again, my next level of healing is really being able to honor that male energy and to understand it from a healthy point of view versus that toxic point of view that I once had.
Nice.
If that makes sense.
It does. It makes
we do need each other, Rashida, Olivia.
It makes
we
a
really
whole lot
do.
of sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. And that's why yin and yang, like Jasmine said, I know now, from an understanding that I have now, is if you aren't healed, it's impossible to like pursue a relationship, because it's gonna end up being toxic, and you're gonna keep running into the same issue, especially if it's two individuals that aren't healed. They're
oh my God.
keep bumping each other's head over and over and over, and
That's
they're hopping from different relationship to different relationship. It is a shitstorm. It is a shitstorm.
Or at least healing. You know what I mean? Because I'm healing.
And we all are. We all are, yeah.
We are, yeah. So it's not like I don't look at it as this thing that we're gonna arrive. Like, girl, once you heal, spend your time healing, and then once you get healed, then go find you a man. It's not about healing to go, you know what I mean, to go find somebody else. Because and I don't know how it happened with you and Britt, but I know in my situation, I wasn't even looking. I was really just doing my thing, operating, in my purpose. I was busy. I was traveling. I was doing stuff. I was fine being, a single mom. I really was. I was used to it. So, when this situation came up, I wasn't looking for it. And it really did throw me for a loop. Initially, the first few months, I struggled. A lot of my trauma came to the forefront because it was crazy. I was just like, number one, wasn't expecting it. Number two, coming out such a dysfunctional marriage, I didn't even know what love really looked like. You know what I mean? So it was a lot of skepticism. It was a lot of second guessing and side eyeing. He'll tell you, he was like, just how I just made it hard for him the first few months because I was just so skittish. I was unsure. And it was like, I was so strong as an independent woman. In my singlehood, I was healed. I was doing my thing, teaching women. It was like, I was comfortable in that. Right. But can I be healed inside of a relationship? That was a whole nother thing. That was a whole nother thing. So women, they say they want relationships and they're waiting, for the right man to come. But it's very easy to be doing your thing alone because you ain't got to consider nobody else.
Right.
But when you get into that environment of a relationship and you start getting loved on and you ain't never been loved on before, that shit's uncomfortable. Like, I had to keep reminding myself, okay, you are worthy. You are worthy. This is okay. This is safe. Like, I had to do a lot of programming, a lot of self-talk to undo those negative experiences because they will continue to follow you if you don't deal with them. You know what I mean? You've got to deal with that stuff. You can't act like you can't act like that stuff didn't happen to you. It happened to you. And so acknowledge it, own your healing. You're not a victim. And then extend yourself grace because, again, we're not perfect. We ain't trying to be perfect. So I'm still learning. I'm still learning. And I feel really good just being in this fluid place, like accepting as things go along, not really trying to control every outcome, just going with the flow. being like water.
Like Bruce Lee.
Yep.
And being present. Like being present is huge. It's huge because, you know, with this matrix, the way the matrix is designed, you know, you can be looking all over the place, thinking about what's going on or next month or what's going on in a couple of weeks, or you got to pay this bill on this date and you're focusing on this date because you're just running around 20,000 different ways and you're not focusing on yourself. And that's where we tend to get ourselves in trouble, when we are looking elsewhere. And that's how we fall into those traps, to look elsewhere for happiness or for love and things like that. And we are programmed for to do those things as well too. So
awareness is key.
It's key.
Being aware of your choices, being aware from where your decisions come from, just being aware of yourself. One of the guys I interviewed, Alvin Ciano, shout out to Alvin Ciano. He's an ex-NFL player, and now he is an engineer working on spaceships. Okay. And I just thought that was super dope that he went from athlete scholar to now like being in science. And one of the things he said about being present, I know we got a couple minutes. He said, being mindful of the time that you're in, past, present, future. When you're living in the past, you're liable to trip yourself up and to repeat the same mistakes because you're thinking in the past. So you're going to repeat stuff. And then when you get too far into the future, that's when he said, you can trip yourself up trying to get too far ahead. Imagine your shoelaces both being tied. That's what it looks like when we try to live too far in the future. We get tripped up. And so it's important to be in our present and what's in front of you right now. Working with what's in front of you right now. Everything you need is already inside of you.
Well said. Well said. We got probably about 4 minutes, so we got another question that came in for you. If you want to answer that. How does someone heal from love starvation?
Start learning how to love yourself. It's not about, and I'm interpreting that I'm interpreting that as meaning love starvation, not receiving love from the outside. So if that's what you mean, how do you heal from not receiving love from the outside? You start loving yourself. You start taking time to find out your greatness. Take that time to find out your greatness. Find out. I have this self-discovery journal, and it asks like basic prompting questions, like what makes you happy? What kind of activities are you doing when you feel joy? What are you doing? And asking yourself those questions, you start to appreciate who you are. Like you said, life goes so fast. We're not even paying attention to ourselves, especially when you have kids, you got a business. It's easy to put that energy outward. But it's like at the end of the day, when you sit down on your bed, what have you given yourself?
Right.
And so I would highly recommend taking quiet time, even if you could do it however often you do it. Set a schedule to do it, though, once a week, every day, every other day, however you want to do it. But put me time in your schedule and just be with you. Start loving on you. You love on you, it ain't going to be no such thing as love starvation. Because you're going to realize the queen that you are. You're going to realize how amazing you are. You're going to tap into that God that's inside of you, and God's amazing. Absolutely. That energy is in you.
Facts.
There's no lack when it comes to God.
So we got they gave me the 2-minute warning. We got
all right, 2-minute warning.
We got me the 1 minute and 30 seconds. So you let me know if you want to do a little bit on. You want to go on part 2?
We could keep it going.
All right, so we're gonna keep it going with the goddess here on part 2, guys. So you already know how we do it. That's actually the end of Planet Wiz Season 2, Episode 22. We got about 1 minute and 15 seconds left for those that are new. IG only gives you 1 hour for your live. I think it's goofy, but it is what it is. So we will see you guys back here in about 1 minute and 30 seconds. That way it gives me time to save everything with this information. That way you can come back, take notes. I can also prepare to get it to go over to YouTube as well, too. 1 minute and 30 seconds. We'll see you guys right back. It's just your boy, Leon Wiz White, signing out, Planet Wiz. Jasmine Steele. We'll be back in about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Peace.